Patrick, congratulations on the win. You told us this week you knew this fight would be a fight every single snap. What did it take from you and your team today to get this win?
Yeah, just resiliency. Obviously, in that second half, at the beginning of it, we were kind of down bad. I get the tip interception. The defense gets a huge goal line stop and just kind of changed the momentum of the half. And I thought the guys ran the ball well in the second half, and we found a way to win. It's always a tough battle whenever you go to a divisional opponent.
You're the fastest player in history now to 30,000 passing yards. You got Travis Kelce going today on National Tight Ends Day with a touchdown. How would you just assess the offensive operation today?
I thought we did a great job. Obviously the backed up situations we got to be better at in the interception. But other than that, I thought we moved the ball well. We ran it. We threw it. We got D-Hop involved a little bit. I mean, and you see he's going to have a chance to have a big role in this offense. We're going to keep expanding it as the year goes on.
Yeah, what did you see from him today in this offense? What did you like?
I liked a lot. I mean, obviously he got a few big catches, but even some that I didn't throw to him, I went back and looked on the tablet, and he was open. And you get that guy man to man, you got to give him chances to make plays.
Thanks for the time today.
Yeah, appreciate you.
The Kansas City Chiefs remained undefeated with a 27-20 win over their division rival Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. As has been the case for several of the Chiefs' wins this season, it wasn't an easy one, but Kansas City once again found a way to win as it held off the Raiders late. Las Vegas trailed by just 4 points heading into the final quarter, but a field goal and a touchdown from the Chiefs meant the Raiders' late touchdown wasn't enough. Star quarterback Patrick Mahomes finished with 262 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, with his favorite target being tight end Travis Kelce, who had 10 receptions for 90 receiving yards and a touchdown, his first of the year. DeAndre Hopkins made his Chiefs debut after being traded from the Tennessee Titans earlier this week and had a somewhat quiet night, collecting 29 passing yards on 2 receptions as he gets comfortable in Kansas City's offense. After the win, fans praised Mahomes, Kelce, and the Chiefs for continuing their hot start to the season. After weeks of speculation about his slow start, Travis Kelce finally broke through in the Chiefs' AFC West battle against the Raiders, silencing critics with his first touchdown of the season. The veteran tight end, who had been unusually quiet through the opening weeks of the 2024 NFL season, caught a pivotal touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes during a critical third-and-goal play in the second quarter. The score not only gave Kansas City a narrow lead but also marked a turning point for Kelce, who had struggled to find his rhythm in previous games. Kelce's early season performance had been a point of concern, with just 8 receptions for 69 yards across the Chiefs' first 3 games. Questions swirled about whether defenses had figured out how to neutralize one of the NFL's top tight ends. Despite this, Kansas City's offense saw an uptick in Kelce's involvement during Week 4 against the Chargers, when he posted a season-high 89 receiving yards, stepping up after wide receiver Rashee Rice exited with a knee injury. That momentum continued as Kelce was targeted 10 times in the following game against the Saints, catching 9 passes for 70 yards. However, his stats dipped dramatically in the next matchup with the 49ers, managing only 17 yards in a game that still ended in a Chiefs victory. Yet, even during this dry spell, there was no lack of support from his teammates. Ahead of their game against the Chargers, members of Kansas City's receiving unit, led by Rice, were seen wearing t-shirts to show solidarity with Kelce, highlighting the tight-knit bond within the squad. Patrick Mahomes added yet another milestone to his career during the team's Week 8 clash against the Las Vegas Raiders. Late in the first half, a 16-yard pass to newcomer DeAndre Hopkins marked Mahomes as the fastest player in NFL history to reach 30,000 passing yards. With a perfect 6-0 record this season, Mahomes continues to lead the Chiefs on a dominant run. But while setting records is impressive, his true focus lies elsewhere, a rare Super Bowl three-peat that would elevate his legacy to new heights. With the Chiefs still dominating the AFC, all eyes will be on Kelce and Mahomes to see if this Kelce's touchdown marks the beginning of a resurgence or merely a momentary reprieve from the critics. Put in a dire scenario after Patrick Mahomes' third-quarter interception had the Raiders at the Chiefs' 3-yard line, defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo's unit stood tall, stoning Las Vegas on 4 straight plays for a turnover on downs. After Raiders running back Alexander Mattison gained 2 yards on first down, he met a wall on second down. He lost 2 yards on third down, and then on fourth down, defensive end George Karlaftis essentially rushed his man into quarterback Gardner Minshew to share the sack with Turk Wharton. As Spagnuolo will likely mention when he speaks to the media on Friday, there is a lot to clean up. I joked about the opening drive, the second-level coverage wasn't good, and it's unclear if Kansas City has an ample cornerback replacement for Jalen Watson, and now Najee Johnson, but on Sunday night, he should smile. the Chiefs won't be happy about surrendering 20 points to the Raiders. But the goal line stand likely saved the afternoon. Tight end Travis Kelce had a vintage performance against the Raiders, catching 10 passes for 90 yards and a touchdown. We haven't seen it as much this season, but Sunday showed that Kelce can still be Mahomes' go-to target whenever necessary. All afternoon, Las Vegas had no answer for the veteran tight end. Kelce's score was his 12th against the Raiders organization. He has more touchdowns against the Raiders than any other NFL team. Acquired less than a week ago, Hopkins provided a promising glimpse of what's to come. His 2 catches both went for first downs and showed that in a matter of days, he's earned Mahomes' trust. In sports, there are often feelings of what if. One that remember is when franchise legend Jamal Charles signed his one-day contract to retire as a Chief. Mahomes gave him a ceremonial handoff. In my opinion, Kelce seeing the same field with a go-up-and-get-it wide receiver such as Hopkins falls into the same category. It's a move that certainly would have been sweeter and, in the long run, more fruitful if it happened 2 years ago. But salary cap constraints made it impossible at the time. Mahomes became the fastest quarterback in NFL history to reach 30,000 yards, doing it in his 103rd game. Matthew Stafford had hit that mark at 109 games. Mahomes' top target was Travis Kelce, who had 10 catches for 90 yards, both season highs. He last caught double-digit passes on October 22, 2023, and this was the highest yardage output since November 26. Kelce also had a touchdown catch, his 75th to pass Jason Witten for 5th on the NFL tight end list. Kelce moved within 2 of breaking Tony Gonzalez's team record. Gardner Minshew completed 24 of 30 passes for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns for Las Vegas, but was sacked 5 times. Jacoby Myers, who missed the 2 previous games because of an ankle injury, caught 6 passes for 52 yards in the TD. Minshew had the burden of carrying an offense that had virtually no running game, finishing with 33 yards, averaging 1.6 per carry. The Raiders, however, made the champs work for this victory. But Las Vegas failed to take advantage of key opportunities. The Raiders had the ball and 1:57 left on the clock at the end of the first half, but went with 2 running plays before an incomplete pass on 3rd down. Kansas City got the ball back and went 56 yards on 9 plays for Harrison Butker's 42-yard field goal with 4 seconds left that made it 17-10. Las Vegas trailed 17-13 in the 3rd quarter when safety Trayvon Moehrig intercepted Mahomes' pass to give the Raiders the ball at the Chiefs' 3. Running plays by Alexander Mattison resulted in plays of 2 yards, a no gain and a loss of 2 before Minshew was sacked on 4th down. The Chiefs then went 87 yards on 19 carries, taking 9:43 off the clock, to set up another field goal from Butker, this one from 24 yards early in the 4th quarter for a 7-point lead. A strip sack of Minshew set up the final Chiefs touchdown with 4:59 left to all but seal the victory, though the Raiders scored a TD just before the 2-minute warning to create some drama. Kansas City then recovered the onside kick. Ahead of the game, the Ohio native's career stats were 935 receptions, the 4th-ranking tight end in NFL history, and 11,573 yards. With this latest touchdown, Travis became the 5th tight end to reach 75 career touchdown catches, per the NFL. Meanwhile, Mahomes, 29, also reached a major milestone in his career. He finished the first half of Sunday's game 19 of 24 for 192 yards, per NBC Sports, surpassing 30,000 yards. Earlier in the season, Travis admitted to having a slow start but remained optimistic. "I used to get really pissed off and almost lose my cool," he said in September on an episode of his and brother Jason Kelce's podcast, New Heights. "I just like to play the game to such a high level of accountability that it's just tough for me to deal with being mediocre or having stats that represent that," Travis continued. "It's just for whatever reason, these past 2 games, it hasn't gone that way for me, and that's football. Man," he also noted, "I'm not about to sit here and get frustrated about it." Going into Week 8, the Chiefs remained the only undefeated team in the NFL. Following their matchup against the Raiders, the team will face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday, November 4th. KC's defense had its own moments in the win, too.